Passport bros teaching English in Asia are in debt. Believe it, but you don't need to be. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Passport Man. Today's show, we're talking about why passport bros teaching English are ending up in debt and why their situations could end up being a little drastic. So let's get into our show. So obviously, teaching English in Asia is a bit of a topic these days. As you know, I'm the Passport Man. I do live streams around Tokyo, Japan. That's how some of you may know me. So I'm going to go over my point of view teaching English in Japan and why these could leave you in a bit of financial distress if you consider teaching English in Japan, whether you're a passport bro or a lady, etc. So some of these on the list I have done somewhat extensively for a little while, but all of these options I could tell you how much they cost. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, even though I'm not doom and gloom passport man, I do give positive options at the end of every video. So there are some positives. You can become rich while starting off teaching English, but let's get into all the details, the nitty gritty. I'm not here to sell you a course to teach you how to teach English, or I'm going to tell you guys everything. You can do it for free. Pay me later or give me a super thanks or something. I don't know. I only get super chats on live streams. So, Eikaiwa. So, yeah, Eikaiwas are English teaching schools in Japan. They do have other versions of these in other countries. Basically, you have every, I guess children from like 2 or 3 years old and up, 5 years old, adult people, 100-year-old people. In Japan, we have a few centenarians, I think they're called. So anyway, yeah, you're supposed to dance and sing and be like, "Hey, kids," and then if you're not smiling, it's bad. I actually interviewed a couple girls, on yesterday's live stream where they were talking about their experience teaching English. It's not for everybody. If it is for you, that's great. Some people are willing to smile all the time. I'm not. But the issue with this is the money that they pay you. So from what I've seen, I think they pay usually from $180,000 to $240,000. I think it could possibly be over $300,000, especially if you're doing something specific or you have experience. The problem is the taxes. And then 240,000 yen a month after taxes is probably usually less than $2,000 a month USD. 24,000 a year. You could do the math. Even though rent is cheap here, and I'll cover that in another video. Let me know in the comments down below whatever videos you guys want to see. I'll cover each video extensively like I do this one. It's just not gonna cut it. If you want me to do a video specifically on Eikaiwas, I can, but bottom line is you come here, you do this, you're busy with life, you're busy with dating, maybe you get a girl, you get someone pregnant, maybe if you're a girl, some guy gets you pregnant, before you know it, you're stuck in a trap. And then the way they do taxes out here, health insurance, etc., it could be an ugly predicament. When you're young, it's fine, eat ramen noodles forever and cheap daiso sushi, 100 yen sushi, whatever. There are 100 yen sushi places. Shout out, I don't think Sushi though, but I think some other places are. But anyway, this is one of the ways you could be in debt. I'm going to go over the other type of English teaching you could do is called the ALT, basically assistant language teacher. You can do this in both public and private sector, usually in public schools. This pays even less than the Eikaiwa. It's a little less demanding, but some people hate it, especially because they have less control over the teaching. And some people feel like they're a puppet for Japanese teachers. I tried this. This is personally my favorite on the list. Next on the list, I've also tried private school. The good part about this is you get paid a lot per hour, but because you're not an employee and they don't take the taxes out, you actually end up getting messed up in other ways, which I can go to if you specifically want me to video on this. So basically, I'm going over a lot of different options. If you want me to go into a specific video on one option or another option, then just let me know in the comments, etc. But basically, you get to be the big boss in the classroom. You usually get like, some ALT, maybe from the JET program or somebody to be your assistant teacher. They'll be looking at you like, you got to be like the PhD of teachers. And I don't mean like PhD like Kanye West is talking. Yeah, the good part is it pays well. You can make like the same amount as you can as a ALT or an Eikaiwa. Only working 10 to 20 hours a week, which looks great. Maybe pays half of what I was making as a salesperson. But the problem is the tax repercussions, everything else. And then before you know it, because you also got to travel to the school, etc. All of these options between living in a foreign country, you're going to be in no man's land debt. Bring your savings because of all of these. If you don't have a savings, you won't have enough to live. I don't know how people live. Maybe they ask their neighbors for free food or become, what do you call those people who date to live like they're homeless, but the girls they meet on Tinder, they basically live there. I sort of done that in New York, but I had my own apartment. I just never lived there. All right. Freelancer websites. So you got Preply, you got Hire a Chat, etc. I'm not really familiar with all the names. Usually these are websites. You could probably arrange it so you get paid in USD. The US dollar does carry more weight. So your US dollar can kind of come out to a little more than $10 America USD. This is basically where you put a picture of yourself smiling, maybe wear a suit or something. And you compete against other Chads, and I don't know what they call the hot girl version of Chad. Other foreigners teaching English. Sometimes I think they teach like Korean or Chinese or Japanese too. If you teach Spanish, if you're in America, this might be a good option for you. I've barely looked into it. I'm like, if I'm going to set all this up, I'll just set up a website, do some Google ads. We'll go into that option later. But yeah, I think basically you're just chasing their algorithms. You got a bunch of competition. But hey, if you want to do it, I've seen some YouTubers do like teaching online. It's not my cup of tea. I'd rather do sales, and that says a lot. Like, I personally love sales. I hate the politics involved with the managers, etc., with the president's club, whatever you call it, with them tracking you, where you are you in Japan today? Are you in America another day? But here's another option. So you can also open your own Eikaiwa, which is like your language school. You can hire the employees, or you could be your own employee, have your own place of business, or this is kind of cringe, have them come to your apartment. I wouldn't suggest that. Yeah. You can also have an English teacher business where you teach people in cafes or just Zoom calls. If you want to do stuff like this, I can help you do this very quickly, even from the States, actually. If it's your cup of tea, if you want to teach English, like it's a pretty simple business model. This is a way you can make money. This takes a while to ramp up, though, sort of like YouTube, TikTok, social media, even becoming a doctor. Everything takes a way to ramp up. So, but basically, if you come here expecting to teach English and also have a social life, you're going to find yourself in debt really quickly. All right. So, next option we have is using English teaching as a bridge or a stepping stone. This is what I definitely recommend. Don't get lost in the sauce. If it means having to quit your social life for a while, go ahead and quit that social life. Make sure you don't find yourself in year 3 literally not being able to afford a plane ticket to go back home, or homeless, which is even worse. But I think that actually happens to some foreigners. All right, next up, we got the best option. Just get good at something in the States. I would say get rich there, come here. Try not to get sick doing it. I know people who make a lot of money, sell their businesses, hate their businesses, make $1 million, end up in bad situations. That's what I would recommend. And now hopefully we're getting to the good parts. But look, man, if you're losing your mind dating Western men or dating Western women, usually it's the I think the guys have more complaints about dating the Western girls. If it's the worst case scenario, even though it's a risk to go in debt, I say, hey, come to Japan, come to Asia, come to wherever. We'll cover other countries, even though I'm mostly based in Asia, but I do travel around Thailand. I plan on going to Korea soon. Subscribe if you want more content like this. If you want to keep in the loop, ask me questions on a live, whatever. I do the live stream spontaneously. Come over here. So otherwise, subscribe to the Passport Man. I don't know if I'll have time to do a live stream after this. Right now, it's 12:44. I'm going to try and process this video, publish it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let me make sure I covered the positive part. Yeah, the positive part is it is a good stepping stone. It is a good bridge. To come here. It is good for visas. We can get into any specific micro topics of the various topics I brought up in this video. Just tell me what it is, and then I'll make a video for it. But today's video was avoiding the debt as a passport bro, or a passport sis, shall I say, or just foreigner living here in Japan. Usually the people in Japan, or Asia for that matter, doing well are natives in that country. There's a whole bunch of topics, but that's what this video was dedicated for. So like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. We're out of here.